He spotted her before she ever saw him. The moment Ethan pulled into the dimly lit parking lot of the old diner, he saw Mia, his best friend of 12 years, curled over her steering wheel, shoulders shaking. Her message from 10 minutes earlier still sat unread on his phone. "I'm sorry. I can't make it tonight. Something came up." But there she was, alone in the driver's seat of her beat-up silver sedan, her small frame trembling as though she were trying to disappear into the fabric of the seat itself. Ethan froze. He had never seen Mia cry, not like this. Not with her whole body. Not with her hands clutching the steering wheel as if she needed it to anchor her to the world. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps bring more stories to life. He stepped out of his car quietly, careful not to startle her. The cool night air wrapped around him, carrying the faint hum of traffic and the distant laughter from inside the diner. The contrast felt unfair. He walked slowly toward her car, his boots crunching softly against the gravel. Mia finally looked up, her reddened eyes meeting his after a moment of shock. She instantly looked away, wiping her face with the sleeve of her hoodie. "Ethan, what are you doing here?" She choked out through the window. He tapped the glass gently. "You texted me that you couldn't make it, so I came to make sure you were okay." Her face crumpled again, and she covered it with both hands. "Mia, please open the door." She hesitated, her breath stuttering, then finally clicked the lock. Ethan slipped inside the passenger seat, the faint scent of her lavender car freshener mixing with the sharp saltiness of tears. For a moment, neither of them said anything. Ethan just waited, calm, solid, present, because that was what Mia always needed. Not solutions, not answers, just someone who didn't leave. "It's stupid," she whispered finally. "You're gonna think it's stupid. I've known you since you had braces and drew eyebrows on me with a marker while I was sleeping. I don't think anything you say is stupid." A broken laugh escaped her, and she shook her head. "I went to see my mom," she said quietly. Ethan's chest tightened. Mia never talked about her mother unless she absolutely had to. "She said she didn't want anything to do with me anymore." Her voice trembled, and her fingers twisted in the strings of her hoodie. "She said I'm too much, too emotional, too complicated. She said she's tired of trying to fix the mess I turned out to be." Ethan blinked slowly, fury spreading through his ribs like wildfire. "Mia, she's wrong. She said I embarrass her," Mia whispered. "That I always have." Ethan leaned forward, placing his hand gently over hers. "None of that is true. You don't know that." "I do," he said firmly. "You are the most loyal, strongest person I know. You're kind even when people don't deserve it. You show up for everyone. You show up for strangers." His voice cracked. "And she doesn't get to define you because she never bothered to actually know you." The tears came harder this time, and Mia let them fall, her breath breaking in sharp little gasps. "I just wanted her to love me, Ethan. I don't understand why it's so hard." Ethan's throat closed. He wanted to shake the world for hurting her like this. He reached out and gently tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. "Sometimes people can't give what they never learned to feel. That is not your fault. It has never been your fault." Mia's fingers clung to his like she was holding on to something she feared might slip away. "I didn't want you to see me like this. You've seen me at my worst." Ethan reminded her softly. "You're allowed to break. And I'm allowed to be here when you do." She looked at him through swollen, tear-heavy eyes. "Why are you always so good to me?" "Because you matter to me," he said, the truth sitting in his voice like something solid and unshakable. "More than you know." Her bottom lip quivered. "I didn't know where else to go." "You came here," he said. "That tells me everything." For a long moment, she simply leaned into him. He wrapped his arms around her, holding her carefully but completely, letting the silence settle around them until her breathing steadied. The world outside blurred. Cars passed. Laughter drifted from the diner. Lights flickered, but inside the small, worn-down car, something real and fragile and necessary existed. After minutes that felt like hours, Mia pulled back slightly. "Can we just go somewhere?" "Anywhere." Ethan nodded. "Yeah, wherever you want." She exhaled, shaky but hopeful. "Can we get fries?" He smiled softly. "Fries fix everything." "Not everything." "No," he agreed, brushing her tear-damp cheek. "But they'll fix tonight enough." Mia finally gave a small, tired smile, one that reached her eyes just a little. "Thank you," she said, "for seeing me even when I tried to hide. Always." He whispered that as he started the car. Mia fastened her seatbelt with hands that were still trembling, but no longer alone. Her tears had dried, her breathing steadied. And though her heart was still cracked, Ethan could see one thing clearly. She wasn't broken. She was healing. And tonight was the first night she finally let someone stay long enough to witness it.